You know, some people say that Odoo business management software is like fertilizer, the way it promotes growth and all. But other people say Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable. And there's some people who would even say Odoo's individual software programs come together to build the perfect suite like building blocks. Well, Odoo is all of these things. Fertilizer, magic beanstalk, building blocks for business. So sign up now at odoo.com, ODOO.com.
Lowe's knows that free is just better. That's why MyLowe's Rewards is free to join. As a member, you earn points towards MyLowe's money on eligible purchases, get exclusive free gifts, and earn free shipping at Silver Key status, all on top of weekly member-only deals. Don't wait. Join MyLowe's Rewards for free today and start saving more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
It was the fucking worst.
I'm telling you, you're overreacting, dude. That's just New York.
People throwing shit that's on fire at you is just New York?
I mean, yeah.
There they are. Oh, Jesus.
Come on,
What
man.
are those?
Oh, these? These are my balls, Cecil.
Oh.
And I'm Winnie the Pooh in it from now on, because I'm a millionaire, bitches.
You're a millionaire?
Yep, I am.
Really?
Didn't even know it, but it turns out there's some guy in Nigeria who wants to give me a 10% finder's fee, and all I have to do is give him my checking account number, which I was just about to do.
Oh, Eli, it's,
What, Mr. Corrections? Is it pronounced Nigeria? Always correcting people. Well, I'll have you know that a lot of people on the internet pronounce it both ways. And now that I'm rich, I don't have to listen to your little nitpicky corrections anymore, do I?
Actually, Eli, you can just...
Oh, actually what, Tom? Jealous that there's a new big man on campus? Well, too bad, Sustache. I'm coming for your golf club.
What does that even... Eli, look, here's the thing.
And here we go. Sure, years of rejection and ridicule, and now he's ready to come crawling back. Well, you know what, Cecil? Money might not buy you love, but I'm about to find out if it can buy me a best friend forevers. What do you say to that?
Congrats on the money. That's so cool, Eli. So cool. So cool.
Thank you. Thank you, Cecil. That's big of you.
you know, you should probably give him your credit card number, too, just in case.
I will. It's a good idea.
Yeah, you got any Google Play cards? Send that to him, too.
He asked. That's crazy.
Hello and welcome to Citation Needed, the podcast where we choose a subject, read a single article about it on Wikipedia, and pretend we're experts. Because this is the internet, and that's how it works now. I'm No Illusions, and my car broke down this afternoon. I really just need bus fare to get home, but don't worry. I have some trustworthy people here that can vouch for me. First up, two men who would gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today, Heath and Cecil.
Okay, who orders a plain hamburger?
Oh,
That's for
shit,
fucking
right?
serial killers. No, bacon cheeseburger is what I said.
Oh, God. And hamburger title loans are the worst. My God.
And, of course, also joining us tonight, two men who don't want to talk about the command performance in Nigeria, Tom and Eli.
Okay, not fair. I do want to talk about it. It's just I've got this series of restraining orders and the gag orders and those non-disclosures. I don't even know how they all interact anymore. Or what I'm supposed to.
You're telling me I got to be on stage with the Prime Minister of Canada and it's ruined. I don't want to get into it. Hello, my baby. I'm bringing up a lot of pain.
All right, so before we get the episode started, I wanted
Jesus
to
Christ.
con you into giving us money for a show you already get for free, but I'm too self-aware to do it now. So stick around to the end of the show, but by then I'll have the confidence. And with that out of the way, tell us, Tom, what person, place, thing, concept, phenomenon, or event will we be talking about today?
All right, Noah. Today, Cecil is going to be teaching us a free class on scams. I think he's calling it Khan Academy.
Khan Academy. I love it. That's so good. That's so good. All right, so Cecil, you fell for most of these. I mean, read the article. Are you ready to forewarn us?
You know, as I was writing this, I thought Eli might have either fallen or done every single one of these.
Painful.
It is approximately
Hurtful.
accurate, I would imagine.
Also, spoilers for this episode.
Yeah, right. Okay, so point of clarification here. One could easily argue that our pretend to be experts and then ask for money scheme makes all of our shows about common scams or confidence tricks. How will this one be any different?
I can't answer that under oath. All right, so here we go. We've covered some of these in old episodes. Heath talked about two famous con men in the past, William Schallner and Victor Lustig. And I've covered Charles Ponzi, but these guys are all old-timey. And while I want to be covering some cons that are from the past, we'll also be talking about some modern scams using technology.
Thank you. I swiped up, no nudes. You guys have to tell me how to figure this thing out.
Wait, no, you can swipe up?
Yeah.
There's an up?
No, I used some Shutterstock images to create a fake lady profile. Now I'm collecting dick pics into a coffee table book called Unsolicited Assholes Send Dicks. It's what? The book's 10,000 pages long. It took me 40 seconds to compile. So
It's weird that one guy bound it for you. Can I say that?
During the gold rush, there was this trick that conmen would use called salting. They would own a piece of worthless property with no gold and plant some gold there to convince someone that it had a rich vein running through it. They would sometimes load a shotgun with gold dust and shoot it into the side of the mine to give it this appearance, and this was called salting the mine.
It's really
They would
smart.
do this with gemstones, too. They would just load the gun with precious jewels and then sapphire it. They would sapphire.
Cecil, spritz tits.
What?
Now, I believe the modern equivalent of that would be putting a good skit right up front and then just hoping they keep listening, expecting the rest of it to be that funny.
If we only had a good skit in the front that wasn't Eli's
Yeah,
balls, right? That would be great. Yeah.
I'm just picturing like some old-timey prospector lady with a bucket of gold dust. Just, I will sell this mine today. I will sell this mine.
So an old-timey version of the Nigerian prince scam is called the Spanish prisoner, which also sounds like maybe a way you could masturbate. I don't know. Anyway, both of these... Yeah. Okay, I figured Heath would be the authority on this. Both of these fall under the advanced fee category.
I'll pay you $100 to stop.
No, they call that the Louis C.K. It's different.
In the Spanish prisoner, the Mark is told that there's a captive in Spain that's very wealthy, and once his release is secured, he can lavish those that got him out of this hellish Spanish prison with gifts. Of course, the only way to get the guy out of tapas and siesta jail is to come up with some money. But don't worry, once the prisoner is out, he'll be sure to pay you back tenfold.
Okay, you laugh, but Catalan has been falling for this scam for a century.
And they run this scam as long as they can, too, telling the Mark that there's some new monetary roadblock that's sprung up, and now they need more cash. They just keep on doing it over and over and over again until the people just fucking nope out of it.
Yeah, they tried to run this play with Jeffrey Epstein, but Hillary just went and murdered him eventually, so it didn't really work that well.
The Spanish prisoner is similar to the Nigerian prince who sends emails now, and how he needs to transfer $1 million out of Nigeria, and all you need to do is send the wire transfer bank fees to him, and he'll send it back right away. And again, there's always some new ATM fee or something that keeps the Mark on the hook.
Now, by the way, amazing detail I learned while researching for this episode. The term that Nigerian internet scammers use for their Mark is MAGA. M-A-G-A. That predates Trump, apparently. It comes from an old Yoruba word that means easily fooled white person.
It's amazing.
That's the best factoid that's ever happened.
It's so good.
This reality is lazily written.
That's so fucking truly
God.
like. It's so heartbreaking.
I'm kind of not atheist anymore, though. That's some organization of the universe.
So social media has created the grandparent friend in need scam. You get a message from someone on Facebook Messenger posing as a grandparent or a friend, and they'll tell you that they're in some kind of trouble. Commonly, it's they've been arrested or they have some issue with their passport, and they need a wire transfer, or more bizarrely, a bunch of gift cards to get them out of trouble.
You gotta wonder how that like plays out in their head, right?
I'm telling you, this is just a misunderstanding.
Sure it is, Mrs. Lugens. Sure it is.
Please, I have to go meet my grandson.
Okay, very well. The people of the Republic of Uzbekistan will let you go for $200 in Apple gift cards. That's it. You have one government-mandated Facebook message, so choose wisely.
The spelling of Uzbekistan. Do you guys take Verizon store credit?
Take her away. She is useless.
Okay, I'm sending it. Sheesh.
I'm going to get those new AirPods.
Those look great, don't they?
Uzbekistan is fucking perfect.
All right, so if you're listening at home, folks, just think Secret of the Ooze, Beck the musician, a Stan. Not even I Stan,
Which I
a
nailed.
Stan. Yeah.
No, it's a Stan. Yeah. So, with the advent of dating apps, the romance scam has become very popular. This is also an advanced fee scam. The con will, over time, develop a romantic online relationship, which feels like a lot of work. And then they let the mark know that they can't leave their country without some fee that needs to be paid, and they ask for the funds.
Disgusting. If you want to break a man's heart and take his money, you should divorce him like we do in America. Okay?
My dad actually did that to my mom, except kind of in reverse. He married her and took her money, and then won't leave.
The next one on Wikipedia is called the fortune-telling fraud, which is redundant. The mark goes through a cold reading, first time to see if they're dupable. Dupable people here are normally people who are going through really hard times, looking for any relief at all. And the con will tell them that they're cursed. And in order to get the curse lifted, they need to pack up all their money into a bag. And then the con will remove the curse from the money while the mark waits outside the room. When the mark leaves, they basically stuff a bag with paper slips and then they leave with it, and they don't leave with the cash.
You guys remember back in 2015 and before when you'd hear stuff like that and say, man, who'd be dumb enough to fall for that? Remember? Yeah. Good old days.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, the con artist has to swap the bags really fast, or else that giant boulder chases him down the passageway. It's harder than it sounds.
The con has two money bags in his hand, and he's like weighing them. He puts a little sand in the other one.
I have to mention this. There's a new woke version of this fraud where they come to your house and tell you it used to be an Indian burial ground, and they need to remove their native spirits from your land, and then they just rob you. And it's been happening in New York City a ton this year. And they sent out a PSA to houses on the Upper West Side that was like, stop letting people into your house because they tell you there's a Native American curse on it.
Oh no,
there's not.
So a similar scam was known as the green goods scam. In this con, the thief will say that they have genuine counterfeit currency for sale. And they'll tell a story that the cash was made with stolen plates from the U.S. Treasury. The mark is shown a huge bag of real cash, and then they're made an offer for much less than what's in the bag. They haggle for a while, and then the bag is switched with one that has green paper or sawdust. Then they give real cash to the con and walk away with a bag of something worthless.
Yeah, fun fact, Frank Sinatra allegedly fell for this scam twice.
What?
Not once, 2 times.
Okay, this time old Blue Eyes is going to get it.
Got to make up for that first one now.
Jesus.
These scams are my favorite because in them, somebody has to believe that someone wants to trade some amount of perfectly spendable money for less than that amount of spendable money.
Right, I'll give you this $100 bill for $10. No, just no.
Yeah,
always no.
Why would you? In Thailand, there's a gem scam where the mark is told that they can make a shit ton of money buying duty-free jewelry. I guess the part of this ceremony is being driven around in an auto rickshaw or a tuk-tuk.
Nice.
And they go to a store and they're sold real jewelry that's way overpriced. And this scam is such an institution, supposedly in Thailand, that it's said to be protected by police and politicians.
Yeah, in the United States, we call this scam the engagement ring industry.
We do.
That's true.
We do. I just feel like as a rule of thumb, just avoid all great money-making opportunities that show up while you're on vacation in a country with a language you don't speak.
That seems like good advice.
Jesus.
I know some people who have actually fallen for the white van or the speaker scam. This scam involves a couple of regular working guys in a van with a set of boxed up speakers. The speakers, they tell the Mark, are really expensive, but the dock guy accidentally loaded an extra pair onto their truck. So they're willing to part with this very high quality speaker set for a fraction of the actual price. And they'll sometimes have bogus websites with the speaker brand touting how awesome and expensive they are. And in reality, they're cheap junk and you pay way too much for them.
Yeah, the most prominent version of this scam today is Apple.
Send your email to noillusions at...
Oh, it's that? Your phone is frozen because it's a year and a half old? Okay, well, when you get a new one, send your email.
Ain't that true? Ain't that true?
Cecil, this is the it fell onto the back of the truck scam. This is the backwards scam.
So, Tom, you used to work at like a high-end audio place. Didn't people come in telling you about the scam all the time?
They seriously did this constantly. They would set up shop in our parking lot, and people would buy shit in our parking lot. And then it was fucking amazing. Then they would bring that shit in, and I'd be like, yeah, you got fucking scammed. And they would be insistent. No. These are Dynolux Ultras or whatever. You know, it's fucking some... Because they would just glue two, like, speaker names together so they sounded vaguely familiar. I'd be like, cool, bring them in. We'd bring them in and hook them up and play them next to the worst shit on the floor. And they sounded like a bag of rusty hammers banging together. Right. It's fucking amazing. To watch these people's fucking hearts break was just... I never wanted that not to happen. It was joy. It was joy.
Okay, but let's be clear here, though. Then you sold them monster cables, right? Like, so they're fucked either way.
All the time.
I sold a quantity of that shit, Noah, that would make you cry.
The only way your TV is going to work is if you buy this $600 HDMI cable. There's no way. It's not going to work any other way.
It preserves the integrity of a binary digital signal.
Yes. Jesus Christ.
1, 0, 1. Yeah, you can really hear
You want to have sharp divisions between those zeros and ones.
I sold so much of that shit that the district manager gave me his Porsche Boxster for a day to tool around in because I was like the number one salesperson in the district. So whoever won got to drive his car around for a day.
What a weird
I sold a plane
capitalism.
That's cool. The Porsche Boxster's like the monster cable of cars.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
I would have absolutely put his gear stick up my butt. Like, I can't promise I would have done much, but I would have put that thing up my butt during the day. Every time he came to work, I'd just be like, firm handshake. I love it.
All right, so back to USA. This is amazing. People sell Iraqi currency at a hidden markup, telling the Mark that once the economy in Iraq takes off, it's going to be worth like a lot of money. And I have no idea how this scam works. I literally cannot figure it out.
You'd be better off giving them Sumerian currency. Jesus.
Sorry, I was just buying some Halliburton stock. What was the last one, Cecil? You were saying about currency.
Wait, like, isn't this concept just true of all things? Like, if you have a bunch of it and it becomes more valuable, then later it's worth more.
True.
Like, except usually we're talking usually about stocks here going up, and not like a sales pitch that starts with, well, they'll run out of bombs sometime, and then
all you need is peace in the Middle East. And Kushner's on that shit. Kushner's on the job, guys. So
the bogus dry cleaning scam is a type of mail fraud. The con will take a dry cleaning receipt and photocopy it and send it to a bunch of high-end restaurants. And the con's going to claim that something had spilled on their clothes at the restaurant, and this is the bill to have it cleaned. Now, most restaurants won't pay, but the amount is low, and some places will just pay to make the problem go away.
Okay, anyone else picturing the guy who, like, learns this scam wrong, and they walk in, he's just pouring hot soup on his balls? Ha ha!
Was picturing Eli. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, there's no better mental image to dwell on than a con artist dousing his testicles in scalding liquid, so we're going to pause right there for a little apropos of nothing.
Oh, man.
Hey, Heath, buddy, what's the matter?
Oh, hey, Cecil. I'm trying to say something really scathing. This guy at my gym who keeps bothering me, but I don't know. You know, like, insults are hard. It's tricky. I'm trying to come up with something.
Well, why not try vulgarity for charity?
Vulgarity for charity?
That's right, Heath. Vulgarity for charity. It's our
you're
yearly
here too?
fundraiser. Yep,
Hey,
I am
Eli.
in the sketch. Hello. today. It's our yearly fundraiser for modestneeds.org.
What's modestneeds.org?
Well, they do smart fundraising to help
Hey,
folks
Noah,
who...
what's up?
No, everybody's here, really. And they do smart fundraising to help folks who aren't eligible for other services get the help they need.
Wow. That sounds like a great charity.
It is, Heath.
Tom!
And this year, hey, buddy, everybody's here. This year, a private donor is matching our first $100,000 of donations. So when you give us the money, it's worth two money.
Fantastic.
Ben.
2 monies. Love that. So, how do I donate?
Just head over to modestneeds.org, donate at least $50, and send the receipt along with who you want us to roast to Vulgarity for Charity, that's the word, not the number, at gmail.com.
vulgarityforcharity@gmail.com. All right. I am in. Will you guys do my gym friend? Will you roast him?
You know it. He's a...
We'll edit most of Eli's stuff out. So
Yeah,
it's-
probably for the best. Yep.
Well, he is. All right, you mooks. It's time for the Scammers official convention to begin. Muggsy, what do you got for us?
Fake passports, you maloinks. They go like gangbusters, and the dupe is too busy wearing wrist cuffs at the border to hunt you down.
Okay. Here's one me and Fat Tony been doing. You put up an old wristwatch in the kitchen, the Kellers. You tell the Mark to go up for the fat day, and then by the time he makes the goods, you swoop in with the second ticket. Bada boom, bada bing, it's all done. Boom.
Okay. You tell a very specific group of people what you're going to do is you're going to start a company, right? And then you sell shares in that company based on how much money you think that company is going to make. But then you're going to just take that money and then you never start the fucking company, huh?
One-Eyed Willie, I think that's just a tech startup.
Ah, dang, it is, isn't it?
Eat the rich.
And we're back. When we last left off, Cecil was pretty sure he'd convinced us that it was somebody else he knew that get ripped off by that speaker deal thing. Cecil, what other scams have you totally not fallen for personally?
I like that I have to start out with this one, too.
Yeah, I know. That's why I gave this intro. That's exactly why I did
Here we go. A clip joint scam usually takes place at a strip club. The establishment will offer sex or expensive bottle service and then not deliver it after it's been paid for. Then the irate customer...
How does that make you feel, Cecil, when they do
makes
that?
you feel real small, especially when you're standing next to a huge bouncer. Yeah. Then the irate customer is thrown out after making a scene. Quote, the product or the service may be illicit, offering the victim no recourse through official or legal channels, end quote.
Okay, but if you get your name on the lease when you help pay someone's rent for that month, they have to let you live there. They have to. It's the rule.
I love this. It's like, all right, fine. As a gentleman, I prefer, nay, I expect a certain integrity from the strippers who promise to blow me in the back room for $40. That is why when I was thrown out of the rear end Tuesday afternoon with not so much as a gentle whisper into my unkempt pubic hair, I was appalled. 1 star. P.S. Penelope Plumpkin, if you're reading this, I slipped my phone number into one of your creases. If you find it, please call me.
One of your
Okay, he's just stealing my copy right now. Like, I feel like I can sue.
The next one is the Baltimore stockbroker, which also sounds like a sex act. You're going to wind up with like a turd on your chest or something. The Baltimore stockbroker is a kind of clever scam that requires the con to send out a ton of unsolicited letters or emails that include a prediction with a binary outcome. Something like a team winning or losing. Then I guess they go through really good database management and send another binary outcome to the people who got the correct prediction, etc.
Oh, nice.
Until they have a group that got about 5 or 6 correct predictions in a row, and then they offer the next prediction to that group for a fee.
Yeah, this scam is also known as every magic trick you ever saw go right on television. A little behind the scenes.
I'm going if you can't trust unsolicited anonymous stranger email, who can you even trust these days?
Again, I hate to interrupt, but another side note, I once watched a mutual coworker of ours explain to Noah that the way to beat this scam was just to bet on the first few sports bets they give you. It's the closest I've ever seen to Noah exiting his body.
That's amazing. So the fiddle game, again, sounds like a sex act, requires two con men. One will go to a restaurant and not have enough to pay the bill. They leave their priceless violin as collateral while they go out and get the cash to pay the restaurant. Another con man will go to the restaurant worker and offer a really large sum of cash for the violin if that person doesn't come back. But then the con man violinist returns and they'll reluctantly sell the violin to the restaurant worker because the worker thinks they have an offer on the table for a lot of money. And in reality, they just purchased a worthless violin and the guy who offered to buy it never responds.
Cecil, can't help but notice that last one isn't so much a scam as it is an asshole trap, right? Like the way not to fall for that one is to not be an asshole.
I know. Another similar scam involved having a con man who's missing an eye. So it's a pretty small pool of applicants on this one.
Looking for con partner. Must be missing an eye or really fucking motivated.
So the con goes to a store and declares that they lost their glass eye in the store and offers a cool $1,000 to anyone that finds it.
No problem, sir. We'll go ahead and have a look around. Oh, sorry, incentive. Damn.
I'll keep an eye out for it. Oh, shit. God damn it.
Why would a glass eye be worth $1,000?
No idea. The next day, another con, I guess with a full complement of eyes, finds the eye in the store and tells the owner. The owner of the store is then supposed to want to get the $1,000 for himself and has to pay a $250 finder's fee to the person who found it. And then the one-eyed con man is not reachable and the store owner has a very expensive marble. This one seems like it has so much conditional shit, it's labeled citation needed in Wikipedia.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially since you could do the same scam with, like, a lost ring with sentimental value in all of your eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Anything. Literally anything worth of value. Yeah.
A toddler. Hey, Dave, before you pull out your eye, I was thinking we just switched to ring. Oh. We are just barely out of sync today. Just like a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking anything else just now. Okay.
The next one is the lottery scam. It's where a con buys a lottery ticket with yesterday's winning numbers and then alters the date on the ticket. The con then sells the ticket claiming they aren't eligible for some reason, and then the mark tries to cash it and finds out it's fake. Wikipedia says, quote, the particular cruelty in this scam is that the mark attempts to collect the prize. The fraudulently altered ticket will be discovered and the mark will be held criminally liable. Again, citation needed, end quote.
Just fucking like some guy's just like, oh man, what a bummer. I won the fucking lottery and I can neither cash it in myself, nor can I literally just give the ticket to anyone at all in my life who I might trust.
Yeah.
Guess I'll have to sell it for pennies on the dollar to a complete stranger.
That's exactly it.
The fuck? What?
3-card Monty is another scam I've seen in person here on the L in Chicago. It requires two cons, one to do the sleight of hand and one to pretend to win. The first con will do a simple card game or a shell game where the dealer mixes up the cards of the shells and then the player has to guess where a certain card or which shell something is under. I've seen it done with tops of 20-ounce soda bottles and like a crumpled up piece of paper. So the second con comes up and bets a few times on this game and then wins. And then they leave with their money. Then the mark will just come up and bet, and then the dealer will use sleight of hand to reveal another card or hide what's ever in the shell. And sometimes the con man will let the mark win a few times to up the ante and convince them to bet much more, but eventually they always lose.
Yeah, super important note on this. You cannot win this game. Like,
no.
Even if you guess randomly and just turn over a card without asking, your new friend who got you to play in the first place, they're going to stab you and take your money. That's the end result of this.
Yeah, I'm not sure how anyone ever said, well, this street gambling establishment seems legit. It isn't. If you ever say that, you're wrong.
Yeah, we actually walked past one of these and I was like, yeah, I'm totally going to win this game right now. And Eli pulls me off to the side. He's like, look into my fucking eyes. And you're not doing this. And he's like, hey, you see that Bosnian warlord convention across the street right over there. Those guys just whistling and trying not to look at us in the game that they're all clearly guarding. And I was like, oh, okay. I think I can win those still.
And we
because
didn't
I've been following.
play, and here we are on this podcast, alive and well. By the way, best Monty team in New York. They're at Lexington and 53rd. They're a giant fat black guy and a tiny little old white lady wearing a fur coat. And I've seen that. They've been working together for years, and I just want to know their story.
A modern online scam is phishing. And this is where the con will send a message to the mark posing as some kind of official organization, like a bank or a credit card company. But it can also just be an email provider or an online service. And they'll tell you something's wrong with your account and you have to click a link to fix it. And at the link, you'll enter in real online credentials or credit card information. And the website is just made to collect this information for the con.
A lot of super smart people fall for this one. Smart, intelligent people who are otherwise very skeptical.
Yeah, a lot of them fall for it half a dozen times. Right?
Noah, I told you I'll give him back his money when he learns his lesson. So we're splitting the money. I'll split the money with you.
The money. I haven't lost so much money since I had a live show in New York. Jesus Christ. Another modern scam is to fake a support call. Like, this is a tech support call. There'll normally be a call center where the person claims that something's wrong with your computer, and then they'll convince you to give them access to your computer through the internet, and then they'll do some bogus check for viruses or something similar. After showing you the issues with the computer, which are not actually issues, they'll often black the screen and lock the system with a sys key, and then they ransom it back to the user.
Yeah, to be fair, though, if you think a company is going to call you proactively to offer help with their thing, that money was never yours. You didn't have that money. It is fun, though. Like, whenever I get one of those calls, I like to pretend I'm a digital voice menu and see how many steps I can get them to go through before they can talk.
Other variants of this scam include a refund. They claim that they have a refund of several $100s that they want to transfer to the mark. The con convinces the mark to let them remotely access their computer so they can log into their bank account. The con then blacks the screen out and then alters the HTML code on the mark's bank account webpage to look like they got a refund of thousands of dollars. So then the con demands they send the money back to them, but instead they need to go out to the store and get thousands of dollars in gift cards because the account can only send money and not receive it.
Oh, yeah, no, it's like the one that Tom got after his divorce.
And you'll need to surrender 5 out of 9 stamps on your Subway Club card as part of the settlement also.
Okay, and I'm going to pay alimony only in my TCBY gift cards from now on, so I'm just going to cut out the middleman.
Two similar scams here. One is called Beijing Tea and the other the Bar Bill scam. They both have cute girls as the cons. They convince single male tourists to go to a bar or a tea house respectively. Establishment is in on the con and the menus won't have prices and everybody's going to order. And when the bill comes, the cost is absolutely outrageous. And the women will either just pony up their parts of the bill or they won't have enough money to cover it and they'll convince the guy to pay up with a promise to meet tomorrow to pay him back, and then they never do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the bars in New York are in on this one. So watch out for all the bars in New York.
Change rising is where the con will trick a cashier into giving more change than they should. They normally do this by buying something small and then paying with a $10 bill. The rest is a little complicated, so I'll let Wikipedia explain it. Quote, the con gets back 9 ones and the change and then tells the clerk he has a 1 and he will exchange the 10 ones for a 10. This is what the scam artist is doing, getting the clerk to hand over $10 before handing over the $1 bills. Then the scam artist hands over the 9 ones and the 10, and the clerk will assume there's been another mistake and offer to swap the 10 for a 1. The con will probably just say, here's another 1, give me a 20, and we're even.
Okay, that's actually amazing, though. That's really fucking good.
They can also do something similar by paying for something small with a large bill, and while the clerk is counting out the change, they distract them and convince the clerk that they already gave them the large bill.
Look, over there, it's me already having given you the money. What?
Why would that work? What is the Wabbit season, duck season? You owe me $100 bill. You owe me $100 now.
Many scams use fake money orders or checks, and they get the mark to cash their check into their account and give back less than the check amount. One of these is a mystery shopper scam where this shopper is required to use a wire transfer company as a shopper and that they're evaluating the transfer time of the wire transfer company.
Nothing with wire transfers is not a scam at this point, right? Like who
I
uses
know, right?
wire transfers? What?
So they're told they can keep the fee from the cash check and send back the rest. But after a few days, the check's going to bounce and they're stuck with a loss and the fees.
Okay, so you want me to help you time something that is inherently a time-stamped process, and then you'll pay me by letting me keep some of the fee. Yeah, this checks out. Sign me to write the fuck up. I'm what?
No kidding.
Yeah, another version, by the way, of this same scam is 9 out of every 10 emails you get when you're an entertainer in New York City. Right,
It's
Eli?
true. Yes.
Yes.
You still doing birthday party? Yep, absolutely. I'm going to waste 900 emails of your time.
Psychic surgery is on here, and it's when a con man tricks a sick person into believing they can use psychic powers to heal them. And then they palm some chicken guts or some other gross shit, and then they do some sleight of hand with a bit of fake animal blood to pretend to pull the chicken guts out of the patient and claim it's a tumor or some kind of malignant growth. And they don't do this out of the kindness of their heart either. They do it for a fee. So,
Hey, you want some psychic healing? I'm not sure. Can you pull a tumor out of my body with your bare hand? Oh, you can. Nice. Okay. No. Yeah, I do want that then. Yeah. See, what? Such dirty ears. You've got some chicken behind you. What the fuck?
they just keep pulling it out of his mouth like the hanky. They just keep pulling the guts out of his mouth. Rainmaking is a scam where the con claims something large. Quote, modern examples include getting someone's app featured on an app store, obtaining pass marks in a university entrance exam, obtaining a job, or a politician implying that they can use their influence to get a contract awarded to the mark, end quote. And so the con really can't do what they say, but if it works, they take credit for it. And if it doesn't, they charge more money until you stop paying or it finally does.
It didn't work.
Okay. Cecil, you scoff, but my website is now optimized for all search engines. I'm going to be huge on Bing.
This next one here, I've actually called up thinking that this was a real thing and then realized it was a scam when I was talking to the person on the phone. But there's this rental scam that uses sites like Craigslist to advertise for an apartment rental that seems way too good to be true, because it is. The con will ask for the first month's rent and have the mark fill out all kinds of proper paperwork, but they don't actually own the unit and rent it to multiple people.
Yes.
Yeah. This actually happened to a friend of mine. He rented a houseboat like this. And then like 2 weeks later, he woke up to police raiding his boat with their guns drawn.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Not for him, but
he was white, so he was fine. But after the incident, the guy in the next boat over walks up to the cops and he explained how the same scam probably happened to him.
oh shit.
It actually turned out that the con man had rented out an entire dock of boats that he didn't know.
That's fucking ballsy.
So impressive. Like evil, but so impressive. Come on.
The IRS scam is a common phone scam nowadays. The call center will call you claiming they have an outstanding tax bill, and they'll close all your accounts and they'll throw you in jail if you don't pay it. Of course, IRS is not only interested in getting your money, but they'll also accept sweet Google Play or iTunes gift cards to clear up the debt.
Jesus Christ.
Interesting.
Yeah, you know what? They try to con me with this one every fucking April like clockwork. Like, come on, guys. I've fallen for it the last 20 times.
The public transport ticket scam has the con walk public transportation looking for a mark. They find a clearly out-of-town person and demand to see their ticket. They'll claim that there's something wrong with the ticket and demand that payment is required. And, quote, in some cases, the scam is even committed by actual public transport staff seeking to rip off tourists, end quote.
Yeah, or they'll tell you that your train isn't running, so you need to take a shuttle bus, but then it turns out it doesn't. Sorry, that's the MTA. My bad.
Yeah, no, when you said public transport scam, I'm like, yeah, no, I've been to New York. Yeah.
Never get on a shuttle bus. Just never do. That's a scam in New York. The whole bus system is pretty much a scam.
That's not for you. That's not for you.
So I didn't include other scams like multi-level marketing, but I figure we can do that in another episode soon, probably.
And if you had to summarize what you learned in one sentence, what would it be?
I'm not willing to give you a summary for less than $500 in Google Play cards, Eli. I'm sorry.
All right.
Tom will not stop masturbating until you get $500 in Google Play cards.
That's what he's Google playing
I've been using
with.
these
All right.
play with yourself cards, and it's going well.
All right, Cecil, are you ready for the quiz?
Absolutely. Let's do this.
All right, Cecil. Obviously, these scams are wrong. We don't want to blame the victim. Which of these scams are clearly the victim's fault? A, a college education is an investment in your future scam. Or B, the real estate's the only investment that never goes down in value scam.
Jesus.
Or C, kids.
God, all three of those are a personal attack on Eli. I love it, but I think it's secret answer E. Don't tax the rich. I may be rich someday. That's the one.
Secret answer GOP.
I love that you skipped over secret answer D to get there.
I did.
That one was bullshit.
All right, Cecil. Which of the following is the best pornographic con man movie? Is it A, 3-card Full Monty? B, a starfish called Wanda? C, VD is for Vendetta? Or D, The Sting? When you pee.
They're all so good, Heath. But I like the ones that are pixelated. So secret answer E, Beijing TNA.
Phenomenal.
That was correct.
Phenomenal. All right, Cecil, why did you choose this topic for this week's episode? Was it A, to make me realize how many of these I'd fallen for and didn't notice until the episode? B, to rub in the fact that I got my credit card fished literally 2 weeks ago? C, because everything you talked about is still better than the Patron's New Creator program? Or D, out of beautiful irony, because charity.
Oh, great. Great. I have to edit out D. I'm choosing the censored beef that I just played right there. The censored beep is true.
Just splice in Eli saying ethnic slurs from earlier. That's better than D.
Told you we needed that B-roll.
Well, unfortunately, Cecil, that's not correct because of the way this is all set up.
Good.
So you are
Thank
incorrect
goodness.
now.
Thank goodness.
That's right.
And Eli gets to announce the winner. Please don't accuse us of any other felonies.
Tom Sodomy.
That's not a felony, Eli. Eli, wait. You went for felony and you landed on sodomy?
Depends what state you're in, I would guess.
Yeah.
When do you live?
It's a great question for me.
All right, well, for Cecil, Eli, Heath, and Tom, I'm Noah. Thanking you for hanging out with us today. We'll be back next week, and by then, Tom will be an expert on something else. Between now and then, you can hear more from Heath and Tom by not finishing your meal right away and still having a few tasty fries left on the plate. You can also hear more from Eli and Cecil by hanging out in a white van with overpriced speakers, and you can hear from me by using the wrong form of your and your Facebook status. And if you want to help keep this show going, you can make a per-episode donation at patreon.com/citationpod or leave us a 5-star review everywhere you can. And if you want to get in touch with us, check out past episodes, connect with us on social media, or check the show notes, be sure to check out citationpod.com.
Donate to Vulgarity for charity.
Hey, guys, I want to apologize for all the stuff I said earlier today. I was just mad. I love you guys, and I would never say any of that.
You lose all your money?
Yeah.
How much?
Dozens of dollars, Tom.
We know you did, buddy. We know you did.
Lady at Chase Bank called me a noob.
Get this. Adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/get-started. That's GREENLIGHT.com/get-started.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. Recently, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise prices due to inflation. They said yes. And then when I asked if raising prices technically violates those onerous 2-year contracts, they said, "What the f*** are you talking about, you insane Hollywood ass?" So to recap, we're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.